My microphone was off. Welcome. Good morning. It is 8:37 a.m. here in Northeast Florida. Let me know if my microphone is okay. I had to adjust some levels yesterday actually for a little interview thing that I did. And I'm not too sure if it's okay or not. So let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. If it's too loud, too quiet, you let me know. Yeah, so I guess I'm talking to a different group of people than I did when I did a stream last night. Because last night, none of you guys were probably awake, or maybe it was super early in the morning for you guys. Where is everybody? I'm always curious. Where is everybody from that's in the chat? I would suspect that there's not many East Coasters or West Coasters of the United States of America in the chat right now. Probably not too many South American folks. Probably a lot of people from the other side of the globe, which is always fun. Different perspectives, different groups of people, chit-chatting. Welcome, guys. Cheers. Arco, thank you so much. Yes, season 2.5 of the Marco. I combined Mandalorian and Arco into Marco. Season 2.5 of The Mandalorian was quite all right. Having said that, I have a bunch of problems with it. First of all, thank you so much for 31 months of being a member of the fleet. Cheers. One sec. Belgium, Russia, North Carolina, Colorado, Houston, Chicago. We got a lot. Texas. We got a lot of folks from the U.S. Finland, Netherlands, Florida. Fellow Florida boy. Czech Republic. Prague, nice. New York, South Carolina, Sweden. What's up, Sapity? Denmark, Romania, Poland, Germany. Indonesia, Missouri. On my way to work. Put the goddamn phone down, Sean! Put the phone down, my friend. You're gonna crash. Nah, I'm sure you're Ubering or on the bus or in a private jet. Maybe you're on a private jet, Sean. Carolinas, Argentina. Of course, JJ. Good to see you, man. Iowa, London. What time is it in London? You guys are 5 hours ahead of me, I think, right? 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. So 1 o'clock, 1339. Finland, any Aussies? Mos Pelgo, Brian's from Mos Pelgo, Iowa. Your last stream must have been 3 to 4 a.m. here in Greece. Gotcha, Demetrios. Denmark, Birmingham, England, not Alabama. Birmingham, England. Iowa, Asia, California, Australia, Chile, Poland. Nice. I love it. It's always really interesting to me. Because I do feel like these morning live streams, there's such a wide variety of folks from planet Earth, from all corners of planet Earth, if you want to say corners, to the people who think it's to the idiots. It's funny how some etymological phrases like that still stick today. The four corners of the earth. I'm going to follow you to the corners of the earth or whatever. Some phrases that have probably existed for thousands of years that just nobody has come up with a better phrase as we've, accumulated more knowledge. But anyway, Botswana. Cheers, guys. But yeah, Arco, I'm with you, man. I keep describing the Book of Boba Fett as just okay. It's just there. It's not good. It's not bad. It just kind of exists. Obviously with anything, with any show, with any movie, there's going to be things that I really liked. But for the most part, the Book of Boba Fett just was okay. I don't think I would ever go back and rewatch it. I've watched The Mandalorian in its entirety, the first 2 seasons, 2 times. I don't have that desire with the Book of Boba Fett, but we'll get into that. Anyway, cheers, Arco. I appreciate that, man. Rocky says, I like your streams because I can just listen to the audio without worrying about missing some footage on the screen. Yeah, for sure. That's what these live streams, my live streams are all about, right? Also, most live streams are like that, right? Even if I had a webcam on myself, are you just going to sit there and, stare at me talking? I guess that's basically an interview show. But whenever I have a live stream up, I find that I don't even look at the person's face. Like if I'm listening to Alex and Molly on Star Wars Explained do a live stream or whatnot. It's not like I'm sitting there watching them. Most of the time, I'm doing other stuff, and I have their audio on. You know what I mean? Yeah, I do the same thing, man. Well, you don't want to spend 2.5 million years flying to the Andromeda Galaxy? You don't want to just stare at the screen? My cool-ass background that I made? I felt the Book of Boba Fett's sole purpose was to make Mando look better / destroy another Lucas. What? I don't understand. Like, no offense, Griff's world. I don't understand people's issue with the character progression of Boba Fett. It's one of my favorite things about the show. I wish. I mean, that's the running joke. I wish there was more Boba Fett in the Boba Fett show. I wish, But I thoroughly enjoyed seeing Boba Fett become a steadfast leader, I guess. He embodies leadership qualities now. He is a respectful. He doesn't demand respect. He earns respect. I mean, I don't understand what people want him to be. Do they just want him to be like a one-dimensional, no disintegrations, blast everybody in sight kind of dude? I mean, to me, that's boring as shit. This, we have... they even address it in the show. Cad Bane says, you've gotten soft in old age, and Boba Fett responds with, we all do, or something like that. Fennec says, living with the Tuskens has made you soft, and he says, no, it's made me strong. That's perfect. That's a perfect response to all of this. Living with the Tuskens, I guess you could say it changed his perspective, or it made him maybe more empathetic and want to pursue something else. I don't know. A different way, I suppose. And I thought that was a really great direction. Like, I don't know. It's one of my. It's probably my favorite thing that happened in the Book of Boba Fett was seeing this character evolution. I wish we got more of it. It's really interesting. The people like. Here's the deal. It's the same exact argument that I heard back in the day when the prequels were coming out. Like, shit, man. If the people who have a problem with like Boba Fett's, I guess, character right now in this moment, if they were maybe my age back in the day when the Phantom Menace was coming out, they would have been like, "What the fuck? Character assassination with Darth Vader? What? Huh? You're ruining a character." You know what I mean? It's the same shit, except for this is way more. This is way less of a instance of that, in my opinion, than Yippee Skippy and all that stuff. You want to talk about character, like, quote unquote? I don't agree with this. You want to talk about quote unquote like ruining destroying a Lucas character? Shit, man, kid Boba Fett, get him, Dad. Like, you have a problem with this man who what makes somebody a badass, huh? Is it running around blasting dudes? No. What makes somebody a badass? I consider somebody like Gene Kranz a badass. The mission control flight director during the Apollo 11 landing and Apollo 13. He was a test pilot as well. He's a fucking badass. He was steadfast. He showed great leadership qualities. He's a badass. I don't know. I like the direction that Boba Fett went in. That's just me, though. But yeah, I didn't like the show that much. I liked what they did with Fett. The show was just a forgettable, most of the time, just pretty forgettable to me. Arco, thank you for the first super chat and channel support of this stream. That's actually a good topic for a video. Arco, thank you for the first super chat and channel support of the stream. Arco says, also, Robert Rodriguez should never direct any sort of Star Wars media again. The action and jump cuts in the last episode was so bad, the series definitely suffers from a lack of direction / cohesion. Yeah, I was looking at, let me look this up. Robert, I think he directed 2 episodes of the Book of Boba Fett, if I'm remembering correctly. Let me see. Okay, so he was an executive producer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But okay, so he's an executive producer, but which did he direct? IMDb should just show me that. Nominated for 3 awards. What is this nominated for? All right, I'm just gonna click. Let's see. I have to bring them all up individually, every chapter individually. So Robert Rodriguez directed the very first episode. He did not direct the second. I think the second episode was my favorite of the season. He directed the third, The Streets of Mos Espa. Not the fourth. Not the fifth. Not the sixth. Not the seventh. So he directed my least favorite episodes of the season. Yeah, I didn't like the finale. It's interesting, man. You have all this like crazy action on screen, and it ends up being boring. Everything felt like it was shot so flat. I kept laughing because all the pikes would just like run out in the middle of the street and then just get blasted dead. Like, cover doesn't exist for the bad guys, I suppose. Like, everybody was just kind of standing in the middle of the street, not moving. Yeah, so I'm not going to go as far as to say that he should never direct any sort of Star Wars again. But it is interesting to see that he directed my least favorite episodes of the season. And maybe that isn't all because of direction. Maybe that was because of the writing in those episodes as well. But it is definitely an interesting observation. Yeah, who directed the second episode? I think that was my favorite of the season. Steph Green, who directs some of the Watchmen episodes. Ooh, great. The Americans. Oh, okay, cool. Steph Green directed one episode of Watchmen, which is such a... I forgot about that show. That's a great show. There's just too many shows to keep up with, man. We finished season 3 of Succession last night. That was pretty great. What a fantastic show! If you haven't checked that out, I'm sure you already have. We're always way behind the curve here. We're always late to the party. I think The Boys is coming back soon, right? Marvelous Mrs. Maisel is coming back soon. Those are 2 shows that we thoroughly enjoy. So yeah, it's interesting. So many shows, hard to keep up with. Anyway. Cheers, Arco. Oh yeah, the Rancor was pretty great. I liked the Rancor stuff. But overall, like, if I had to boil it down, I just didn't really care for this episode. Arco and Oscar Rodriguez, thank you guys so much for this morning's channel support as well. Arco says, now Bryce Dallas Howard, on the other hand, she did a bang-up job with her episode. It's a shame she didn't get the finale instead. That was the Luke and Grogu episode, right? Yeah, Return of the Mandalorian. Yeah. I think that was probably the most well-done episode of the entire season. Let's see. It has a 9.4 on IMDb. Yeah, it's really interesting to look at the scores and stuff like that. How wide of a variety they are. They go from 6 to 9. 6.4 to 9.5. Yeah, I think she is a really talented director, and I think this is probably the best directed thing she's directed between The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett. Let's see. She directed, 2 episodes, The Heiress and Sanctuary. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Out of the 3 episodes of Star Wars shows that she's directed, the episode of the Book of Boba Fett with Grogu and Luke Skywalker and Ahsoka, and then you have 2 episodes of The Mandalorian. I would, in my opinion, I think that the best thing that she's directed is the episode of the Book of Boba Fett. It was light years better than Return of the Mandalorian, right? Oh, that's right. That the Return of the Mandalorian was one where he got the starfighter and all that. I think personally, I think that episode, I enjoyed that episode more than the Grogu episode. I think I mentioned that in my video, but yeah, I think that was my favorite episode of the season. It was so delightful to see him flying around in the starfighter. When the Mandalorian was going on the commercial flights, Peli was a huge part of that episode. I thought it was great. Yeah, Return of the Mandalorian is probably my favorite episode of the season. Yeah, she's super talented, and I would love to see her direct more, you know. Go for it. And it's, yeah, I like, you know, not... Most of the time, shows don't have, like, one director. I don't understand. Like, I've seen that argument, like, just get one person to direct it. What? Like, no show does that. No show does that. I'm sure there is a show out there, but, like, you look at the directing credits for almost every single show, and it's a bunch of people. I don't understand. Like, I don't know. Is this the first time certain people have looked at IMDb? I don't know. Yeah, Filoni did direct episode 6. Yep. Anyway, I appreciate that, Arco. And Oscar Rodriguez, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Oscar says, I'd be curious to see Star Wars episodes directed by Rob Zombie and Quentin Tarantino. They have a similar cinematic lens as Robert, but more stylish. Hey, I am a firm believer that there should be no restrictions on who can make a Star Wars movie. That I think, or a show rather, even both. Everybody has a different style. Everybody has a different vision. That's how you get various qualities. That's how you get new and interesting ideas cooked up in the kitchen, right? Having a bunch of different styles of directors making stuff. Hell, man, if Rob Zombie were to approach Lucasfilm and say, excuse me, I would like to make a Star Wars film. Yeah, hand him over the keys, man. Why not? I've never seen a single thing Rob Zombie's ever directed in my entire life. But hey, why not? If somebody, you know, has a vision, if somebody has a track record, if somebody just has, if the people, the production, if the suits have confidence in someone to tell an interesting story, a unique story, maybe breathe some ingenuity and inventiveness into the franchise, by all means, hand over the keys and let somebody like that make a Star Wars movie, right? For sure. Sometimes people ask me, you know, who I would want to direct a Star Wars movie. My answer is always Danny Boyle. Danny Boyle is one of my favorite directors ever. I love all of his movies. They're all, even if they don't hit me that much, like Slumdog Millionaire, I thought it was good, but I thought it was really well made, you know. But Danny Boyle is one of my favorite visual storytellers. I think he has a brilliant eye for making films, and I would love for him to hop on board the Star Wars train and make a Star Wars movie. If you're not familiar with Danny Boyle, he directed Train Spotting, Slumdog Millionaire, 28 Days Later. My favorite movie, Sunshine. If you guys haven't seen Sunshine, it's a sci-fi movie that is kind of flew under the radar when it came out. It has Cillian Murphy. It has Chris Evans before Chris Evans was huge. And it came out in 2007. But it's called Let me. You can look it up on your own. But Sunshine came out in 2007, directed by Danny Boyle. It's a sci-fi movie. Some of the most beautiful sci-fi imagery in any movie, in my opinion. I think it's great. I don't want to spoil anything. There's some stuff that leaves a lot to be desired, but the first, like, if you break it up into fourths, the first the first third is great. I'll just say that. But yeah, if you haven't seen Sunshine, I think it's worth your time. It's worth a watch. It's a really well done sci-fi movie. And it flew under the radar when it first came out. But yeah, man, fuck yeah. I love telling people. Sometimes I forget about movies, and then boom, I see something that reminds me of it. Sunshine. I remember watching it when it first came out and just thinking it was such a great modern sci-fi movie. The soundtrack is fantastic. You've probably heard the soundtrack in other movies or maybe commercials and stuff like that. The soundtrack for Sunshine is so good. So good. So yeah, that's your homework assignment for this upcoming weekend. Watch Sunshine, directed by Danny Boyle, the person I want to be a Star Wars director in the future, which I'm sure he never will. He does very unique and interesting projects that aren't, associated with franchises, which is respectful. But my personal favorite, I don't know what the fuck I was saying, Rogue Squadron. What's up, Rogue Squadron? What was I saying? My personal favorite Danny Boyle movie is 127 Hours. 127 Hours it's in my top 10 movies of all time. 127 Hours came out in 2010. It has what's his name? James Franco in it. It has Kate Mara before she was huge. And it's about Aaron Ralston. Some of you guys might know the story, but Aaron Ralston, kind of like an outdoorsman. He used to work for like some kind of stock trading firm or something like that. He super smart guy, quit his job because he loved the outdoors. He spent all of his time, in the outdoors. He quit this huge job and he started working at like an outdoors hiking recreation store in Utah. I think in Utah. And one day he decided to go biking, mountain climbing, canyoneering in around Moab. Me and my wife have actually been here to Canyonlands. And he was miles away from any civilization, and he ended up falling into a little Blue John Canyon, I think it's called, and a boulder landed on his arm, and he was stuck there, and he had to make a decision. And 127 Hours is my favorite Danny Boyle movie. It's fantastic. I'm curious what it has on Rotten Tomatoes. Let's see. 127 Hours. 93 on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah. So watch. Okay. So if you want to have a little Danny Boyle weekend marathon and see a couple movies that I think are great, watch Sunshine, directed by Danny Boyle. Has Chris Evans, Cillian Murphy in it. Came out in 2007. And also, maybe more importantly, because it's one of my favorite movies of all time, 127 Hours. And you watch those two movies, and you'll see kind of why I really want Danny Boyle to direct a Star Wars movie. But anyway, cheers, Oscar. That was a long, that was a long response that went on a completely different tangent. But cheers, man. And Arco, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support once again this morning. Arco says, it's a shame Cad Bane was quote-unquote killed in the series. At least we have Black Chrysanthemum now, which makes me hopeful for a live-action debut of a certain space archaeologist scoundrel. I would dig that. I would definitely dig that. I would love some Afra stuff, mainly because I'm not a comic book reader, but I love the idea of an archaeologist in the Star Wars universe, and it just sounds like a lot of fun to me. So, yeah, I would love live action Aphra as somebody who loves the idea of Dr. Aphra but has never read any Dr. Aphra stuff, right? But what was I going to say? I can't remember what I was going to say. Yeah, Arco, I know. What do you guys think? Is Cad Bane still alive? How about that? I'm gonna throw up a poll. Cad Bane dead?
Good morning.
Alive?
Greetings from the Netherlands. Big fan of your show.
Patrick Starkiller, thank you so much for the generous super chat and channel support this morning. Or what time is it over there for you, Pat? Give me one sec. I got Arco right ahead of you. But guys, I threw up a poll in the chat. I want to know what you guys think. Is Cad Bane dead? Is Cad Bane alive? I see Arco put quotes under around killed in the series. The only thing that maybe makes me lean towards him being alive is that there's two reasons, okay? One reason is as Goran just said, this is Star Wars, and it has a bad I'm going to call it a bad habit. It has a bad habit of continuously bringing back characters over and over and over and over again. Boba Fett, Darth Maul, Palpatine, characters that you see basically die, and they're brought back. It's I personally think it's a bad habit. It gets boring and stale. But Cad Bane, that might happen to Cad Bane, right? So the other reason is as he's lying there on his back. Did you guys notice this? He had some kind of device over his chest. And as he was laying there, it beeped once or twice, almost like a heart monitor, right? And that's another, that might be an indication that he's still alive. Why else would that little beep beep happen, right? So, I mean, I think those two, the history of Star Wars and also the beep beep is an indication, to me at least, that he's alive. Now, what do I want? I mean, I want him to be dead. Not that, and the interesting thing, like, I like Cad Bane as a character. He's great. He was fantastic in the Clone Wars. But maybe we need to stop cutting people in half, shooting people till they stop breathing, throwing people out of windows, getting eaten in the Sarlacc pit, getting thrown down a cavern and exploding in a billion lightning bolts, and then just coming back. Maybe we need to stop that. But anyway, cheers, Arco. I appreciate that, man. Hope you're doing well. What time is it over there? Why am I so interested in time? Patrick Starkiller, thank you so much for the generous super chat and channel support. It's 1500 over there, so it's 3 o'clock p.m. Nice. Over there. Nice. Patrick Starkiller, thank you so much. Good morning, Greedo. Greetings from the Netherlands. Big fan of your show. Cheers, man. I really appreciate that. On the other side of the globe. It's weird. Pat, I mentioned it earlier when I first started this stream, but there's something so fun and interesting about doing these morning streams, for me at least, because generally when I do an evening stream for me is probably like 7 p.m., 8 p.m., something like that, which means that it's the middle of the night for you. And I don't really get a wide variety. Mostly get people from North America for the most part, you know, on those live streams. But when I do these morning streams, I get I mean, earlier I asked everybody where they were from, and the answers literally spanned the entirety of the globe, and I love it. So to know that Pat from the Netherlands is a big fan of old HelloGreedo, it's pretty cool, man. But cheers, hope you're having a good one. I appreciate that channel support, and thanks for tuning in, man. Good morning to you as well, or good afternoon to you. Cheers, Pat. Georgie says, morning streams are the only ones I can catch here in Germany usually. Yeah, that's why I try to do these as much as I possibly can. For the most part, it's a little tough for me to do morning streams most of the time. But it's a possibility that I'll start doing them more often. But what, let's see. What are some video ideas that I could whip up? Some topics of conversation. You guys want to be my, here, let me get a pen. You guys want to be my, my showrunner, my writers? I want to make a video about what I think of the character evolution of Boba Fett. I want to make a video about what I think of the overall, my overall thoughts on season 1 of the Book of Boba Fett. I want to make a video about Cad Bane, if he's dead or alive, blah, blah, blah. Maybe those 3 videos would be good back to back to back over the next week. Yeah. It's unfortunate that Finnick took the moment of killing all the mob bosses. I expected that to be Boba Sebastian. I like that it was Finnick. So I see Boba Fett as the Godfather. I see him I know he just got done fighting, but it was out of necessity. I see him having the role of sitting on the throne, sitting in the chair, and basically having his minions do his dirty work, right? Kind of like a mob boss does, the leader of the family, right? That's kind of how I see it, but yeah. We're producers today. There you go. What's up, Mr. St. Jake? Do the Bane vid. All right, yeah, fuck it. I'll make that right after this stream. How about that? That's a good idea for a little 5-minute video, right? I'll write it. I'll script it. Cad Bane. Oh, Google Docs, I love you. There we go. Nice. Did you see the leaked Kenobi poster and release date? It wasn't leaked, Harsh. Yeah, it wasn't leaked. It was actually posted by the Star Wars account yesterday around like 4 p.m., right? Yeah, it wasn't leaked. But yep, I did see it. Yeah, they posted it yesterday at 4:45 p.m.
Beer fund.
Oh, Mr. St. Jank, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support this morning, man. I greatly appreciate that. That'll definitely come in handy this weekend because Super Bowl Sunday. I appreciate that. Yeah, so we bought. I made a huge mistake, man, and we were gonna do we were going to make fajitas on Sunday. So we went ahead and ordered, we do groceries ordered to the house. It's so convenient and it's so cheap compared to going to Publix, which is outrageously priced. But, what was I going to say? Oh, so I made the mistake of ordering, sirloin, like a shitload of I need to take a picture of it. I ordered sirloin steak, but I put like the quantity or whatever, the weight. So there's like 8 slabs of sirloin steak in my freezer right now. It's stupid. So we're making fajitas on for Super Bowl Sunday, out of 8 sirloin steaks. It's just I'm not gonna. It's ridiculous. I'm gonna be eating on that for a week. I got the Bengals. I have family up in Cincinnati and Ohio. Most of my family lives in Columbus, Cincinnati, up in Ohio. So, we'll all be rooting for the Bengals for sure. I appreciate that, man. We're actually going to go to a brewery on Saturday. Your beer fund will go towards a couple crowlers from a specific St. Augustine brewery that we love. So, cheers, man. I appreciate that. Hope you have a good one. Who do you got, man? LA, Cincinnati? Who do you got? Most of these folks are not from the United States, and I suspect that they do not give a flying fuck. But if you don't give a flying fuck, let me know in the chat. Say, I don't give a flying fuck. This is the year that we watch the least amount of football. Normally we try to watch most Gator games. We try to watch most bowl games. I don't think we watched a single. We didn't even watch the national championship this year. We didn't watch a single college game this year. And we watched I think we just watched one Jaguar game at the beginning of the season, which I'm glad that's all we watched, because what a giant waste of time. But yeah, go Bengals, go. There you go. Jambalaya, nice, man. I have no idea about the Super Bowl, but pretty cool. Yeah. That's fun. I like the pageantry of it. the way like the media makes it seem like it's just this epic war between, two rival clans. And in reality, it's just a big advertisement to sell more Pepsi and cars. But it's fun. Maybe I'm just being cynical. LOL asking Star Wars fans about football. Yeah, it's true, man. We used to have We had Jaguar season tickets for like 8 years. And it was exciting. I used to love going to games. I had I think it was a Coleman. Let me see. It's like a portable grill, folded up. And I see this all over the place now. Yeah, Coleman Road Trip Grill, Coleman Road Trip Excursion Grill. I had this thing when we had season tickets, and it came in folded up. It was so nice. We would grill burgers on the back of my truck, and bring a cooler of beer, get there at like 9 in the morning. The game wouldn't start till 1, and we would literally just drink a 12-pack of beer and grill burgers, and it'd be me and my wife and my buddies and their girlfriends and stuff, and just hanging out. It was a good time, man. But yeah, we had season tickets from like 2006 to 2000. I don't even know. 2013. So I don't know, something like that. But yeah. Anyway. People are still here after me talking about all that. Oh, Star Wars fans. Sapity, tell me, Greedo, are you the type who yells and swears at the TV when things go bad for your team in a game, or do you keep your cool? Oh, I don't do that at all. No, I have a buddy on the other hand who, he, on the odd chance that he's listening to me right now, you know who you are. But he is I will just call him very passionate. But no, I don't get like that at all. Now, if it was a major game, maybe, you know, during the baseball playoffs in October, I'm a big Braves fan. They won the World Series. I've been a Braves fan since I lived in Atlanta from like 91 to 99. So I've been a Braves fan my whole life. When they were in the World Series, I'm sure I you know, let out a lot of shit. Fuck. But for the most part, I just kind of sit there rocking back and forth like Leo Mazzoni if it's a nail biter, you know. But yeah. Anyway. Neon Rot, what's up, man? Neon says, I think it's funny how many Star Wars fans seem to cut the Book of Boba Fett so much slack while being extremely angry about the sequel trilogy, which was obviously a higher quality, except maybe Episode 9. Yeah, it is really interesting, Neon, for sure. And it's interesting, like, one of the things that I find really interesting is, like, I don't really even know how to describe it. So if somebody says, I wish there was more Boba Fett in the Boba Fett show, there's like a group of people on Twitter who, no matter if you have any kind of criticism about any of this Star Wars stuff, they automatically just like screenshot it and go, LOL, dude bros. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know how to describe it. They're like, yeah, how is the criticism that you want more Boba Fett in the Book of Boba Fett? How, like, there's a group of people who will, like, make fun of you for saying that. I find that a quite valid criticism. I'm just so sick of, like, smarmy Twitter. Smarmy Star Wars Twitter. Hey, somebody create the @smarmy Star Wars Twitter account and and screenshot smarmy Star Wars tweets. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Then you could incorporate all sides of the fandom who are just being like, just being sanctimonious and smug, right? Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, that is a video. I actually was going to make a video about the cinematic captures thing, which I tweeted about the other day. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, that's actually a good topic for a video, man. Smug Star Wars Twitter. All right, that'll be the title of the video. I'm just writing down video ideas, man. Season 1 thoughts. Cad Bane, dead or alive? Boba Fett character evolution. Cool. There you go. All right. There we go. I need a new microphone stand. This thing is just like, it's lost its tension, I guess. It'll sit here steady for like maybe a couple minutes, and then slowly but surely it starts to droop down until it starts touching my my desk. It's like a waist, like a pair of boxers that the waistband has just gotten so stretched out. That's what my microphone stand is like. It just kind of flops around. It just like doesn't stay up. Yeah. There we go. I want to get the blue mic stand. Oh, the blue. Yeah. See, it just did it again. You probably can't tell the difference in sound, but like, it just dropped about 6 inches. And I'm going to fix it right now. Boom, boom, boom. Is that better? Can you tell a difference between this and this? This is closer and higher. This is when it starts to droop. Can you hear a difference or no? I'm curious. Anyway. What was I going to look up? Oh, yeah. Yeti. Is that what it's called? Yeti Blue microphone? Yeah, okay. Blue Yeti. I know those were really big back in the day. As like the go-to podcast microphone. I've never had one. I went from oh, there is a little difference? Okay, interesting. Okay. So I have a Rode, what is this thing? A Rode NT, is it NT1? Rode NT1. Oh my god, I spent this much money on this fucking microphone? Why? Why did I do that? I remember when I bought this microphone. Okay, in Rode NT1. Okay, so yeah, okay. Rode NT1. I think I ordered it. Let me see how. I'm curious now. You got me thinking about microphones. Let me look at my past orders. Buy again, past orders, my orders. I gotta scroll back. Now I'm curious when I bought this microphone. Okay, Rode NT1. Here we go. I can't look at how much it was? What? Oh yeah, okay. I remember. So Rode NT1, it was about $250, I think. Rode NT1 kit with a really nice like pop filter made out of plastic. It's hard. It's not like a generic circular pop filter. But yeah, Rode NT1. I like it. I don't know anything about it. I remember, so I'm looking at my past orders. I ordered my Rode NT1 microphone and my Behringer Xenix mixing board and my Darth Vader helmet all in the same exact day. I remember ordering all of that. I was actually driving from Florida to Texas with a U-Haul helping my sister move. And when I got to my sister's new house, my brother-in-law is a pilot in the military, so they were out in Texas. I was laying on their couch that night, and I had I did a freelance gig that it was like I had a bunch of money to burn in PayPal, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna upgrade my microphone equipment. I'm gonna get a microphone. And a mixing board, and hey, why not throw a fucking Darth Vader helmet in the mix too? So yeah. Wow, I'm looking at my past orders and I ordered Minority Report on Blu-ray because my wife had never seen Minority Report, and as soon as I found that out, I went on eBay and bought Minority Report on Blu-ray. Some books, a lot of books. Some Xbox games, some stickers. I bought a Calphalon all-purpose whisk on eBay. These are not used things, by the way. Anyway. I bought 4 copies of the same book because I gave them away to people as just like a little present. A boonie hat, some Yoda cufflinks, a giant 5-gallon igloo like beverage cooler dispenser that you would see at like a little league sporting event, wireless headphones, auto feed replacement spool for Black & Decker edger. There you go. I got a lot of random bullshit on my eBay orders. It's great. Vance Davidson, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. I greatly appreciate that this morning. Vance says, I know you weren't super excited about Boba coming back, but having watched the whole show now, are you happy we got to see more of his story? I will say that I liked the way Boba was handled. I liked seeing him kind of become a steadfast leader. That being said, it wasn't all that important to me that it was Boba Fett. It could have been a brand new show about a brand new character, and I would have found it just as interesting. I'm not all that interested in exploring Boba Fett, to tell you the truth. It's hard, man. That's really tough. I didn't really need this show, to tell you the truth. The most interesting things in the show to me were his relationship with the Tusken Raiders. I thought that was handled beautifully. But also I did not like the finale. I didn't think like the whole, golly, I don't know, man. After watching the whole show now, are you happy we got to see more of his story? Broad strokes, I don't think it was all that necessary to tell this story. I had some fun with it. I'm not going to say that I wouldn't, I regret watching it, obviously. I thought it was entertaining, and I liked it more than I disliked it. I liked certain things. I liked how certain things with his character were handled. But overall, I don't know. I wish it was more hyper focused on Fett and more of a like a crime family story. I wish we got to see more meetings with the crime bosses, the various families around Tatooine and Mos Espa and all that kind of stuff, I think it could have been handled more like The Godfather or Goodfellas and stuff, and it would have been way more fascinating, almost like a political thriller in a way, like an espionage kind of thing, with hits on different characters, assassinations and whacking different characters. You know what I mean? I think if it was handled like that, it would have been way more interesting to me. But kind of taking the show and just in different directions, Mandalorian, Grogu, Ahsoka, Luke Skywalker, it just kind of did a complete. It turned in a very strange direction that I did not anticipate. And I think it took away from the meat and potatoes of seeing Boba Fett and his position, as this attempting to be, the Jabba the Hutt replacement. I don't know. It felt the whole show felt disjointed and unconnected and all over the place to me. And I wish it was different. I'll just say that. I liked a lot of the flashbacks, and it's interesting, like, all of the flashbacks were done. We were done with flashbacks, and then, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I thought the flashbacks were fantastic. I liked the Tusken stuff, and it was handled really well. The flashbacks were done. We got to modern day. We got to present day in the book of Boba Fett. And I thought we were going to spend a lot of time with, the crime families and seeing how the nature of this relationship progressed and changed and how backstabbing happened. And I thought it would get really interesting. And no. Instead of that, it went to Luke Skywalker and Grogu and Ahsoka. Huh? It felt weird. It felt weird to me. I know people love that. Now, I thought it was great. I thought it was great as a Mandalorian episode, right? That's what it was. I thought it was great. But there is a criticism to be had that it just it massively took away from the potential of what this show, the Boba Fett show, could be, you know. But, yeah, anyway. I know a lot of people loved it. I'm glad they did. But for me, it was just okay. It was all right. But yeah. Anyway, cheers, Vance. I appreciate that. But, all right, guys. That was a little over an hour. I did not anticipate that. I anticipated going just for about 30 minutes and hopping off. But I got probably another pot of coffee calling my name down in the kitchen downstairs. And I got to get to making a couple videos, right, Mr. St. Jake? But yeah. So let's look at the poll here. Cad Bane. I asked people if they thought Cad Bane was dead or alive. 194 votes, 62% said dead. 38% say alive. That's interesting to me. I thought it would be flipped. 62% think that there's a quite a majority, a vast majority that think he's dead. Fascinating. I would have guessed that would have been complete reversed. Interesting. Anyway, Clay Leach, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support right before I jet. You were here last night, Clay. Where are you from, Clay? I can't remember. Didn't you mention where you're from last night? So, did you just get off of work right now? So, you were up when I was streaming last night. And you get off, and then you go to work, and you get off work, and I'm streaming when you get off work, too. So, I streamed right before you went to work, and right before you got off, right after you got off work. That's funny. Clay Leach says, watching a HelloGreedo live stream, what a great way to end a long-ass work night. Yeah, I'm glad. You can go back and listen to this. I'm about to hop off. I wish I could go longer, but it is time for me to go. But yeah, I appreciate that channel support, man. I hope your long ass work night wasn't just sitting around twiddling your thumbs. I hope it was at least there was a little bit of excitement, right? Last time I worked nights was when I was in the Navy, and it was right when... So at my squadron, and I'm assuming this is the same for most squadrons, but I was with a helicopter squadron, and right when you get to the squadron as a new, just a brand new person, a brand new enlisted guy, basically the first like 2 or 3 months, you are working in what's called the Gedunk. And the Gedunk is just a little store inside of your squadron. It's like a little room, and you might have like just sodas and bagels and just candy and Vienna sausages and bullshit like that. And you spend the money, you buy stuff at the squadron store, and it goes to like a fund for squadron parties and events like that. And the last time that I worked nights was then. It was 2008, and I was working in the Gedunk. I had to work from I think it was 6 to 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., just sitting around selling Sprites to helicopter mechanics for about 3 months. So, yeah. Occasionally I would have to stand 12-hour watches, too, in the middle of the night, but that's the last time I worked nights. That was years ago, a long time ago now. Wow. Clay Leach, I live in California. I watch your stream driving to work, and I'm about to get off work in 30 minutes. And it was a boring night. A lot of twiddling of thumbs. That's a bummer. Well, get some sleep. Do something exciting today, man. I appreciate that, Clay. But what time is it in California? 3 hours behind. I think it's 3 hours, right? Yeah. 6:30. So you get off at 7. Nice. I'm about to have 24 hour on, 48 hour off. That's about to be my schedule. I'm either going to love it or hate it. I don't know. We shall see. But all right, everybody, thanks for hanging out this morning or afternoon or evening, wherever you are on planet Earth. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the the conversation. This was a good time all over the place. But that's what it's all about, right? Cool. All right, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your morning, your afternoon, your evening, wherever you are on planet Earth, and I will catch you all on the flip side. See ya.